They're just watching to see how smart y'all are, okay? All right, now look, eyes up here. Now, I heard from Miss Kay and from Miss Penny that this is a super duper awesome group of writers in here. And we think that you are ready to do something that real authors do, okay? And that is called Writer's Workshop, all right? We've been trying it out in some other classrooms, and they seem to like it, and we think y'all are going to really like it too, okay? All right, so we're going to write every day, all right? And every day that we write, we're going to learn something new, okay? We're going to come together like this and learn from each other, and we're going to sometimes we're going to learn from authors who have written books. Sometimes you'll learn from Miss Kay. Sometimes you'll learn from Miss Penny, and you'll learn from each other. And then you'll have an opportunity to go back to your desks and to your tables and to practice what you learned, okay? Then, every single day, 2 people or 3 people, today it'll be 2, will have an opportunity to share what they wrote with the rest of the class, okay? All right, now if you don't have a turn to share today, that's okay. You'll have a turn to share sometime very soon, okay? All right, so one thing we're going to start by talking about today is what are we going to write about? You know, sometimes writers get something called writer's block, and they get stuck and they cannot think of what to write. So what we're going to do is we're going to start something called an anchor chart. That's what this is, and it's going to stay in your room for the rest of the year, okay? And we're going to learn about all the different ways we can get ideas for writing. Today, we're going to write about a setting or a place. That's where we're going to start our ideas, okay? Every good story, and that's what we're writing, is stories, has to have a setting. And some authors even start with their setting when they're thinking about their ideas. So, let me show you what my setting is going to be about, okay? My setting is one of my very, very favorite places in the whole world, and I call it the river, okay? And it's a house, an old house, and that old house has a front porch, and on that front porch are some rocking chairs. Uh-oh, get a different marker. That front skinny blue one right up there. Maybe. Yep. Is that the best one? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So they're rocking chairs on the front porch. And when I was a little girl, because I've been going there for a long time, when I was a little girl, I used to sit on those rocking chairs with my grandmother and tell stories. And sometimes we would sing songs. So I'm going to label that rocking chair so that I will remember later if I want to come back and write another story about that, okay? Now, another thing that's at my special place, at my setting, is these white squirrels. Have you ever seen a white squirrel before? I'm not a very good artist, and that's okay. I'm just going to call that a squirrel. It doesn't really look like one. Have you ever seen a white squirrel before? There are not very many places, but at this place, there really are white squirrels. And one time, there was a mama squirrel. I'm going to write that down so I'll remember it later. There was a mama squirrel who moved her babies from down near the water up to this tree right here. And I got to watch her. I sat on that rocking chairs on the porch, and I watched her. And I could write a whole story about that. Would you like to hear that story? Yeah, we could do that story too. I'm not going to write it today, but maybe another day. Okay, another thing I can write about is the zip line. There's another tree over here. And my little boy, who is 4 years old, really, really likes to ride on the zip line and hold on, and he goes from one side of this big kind of dip valley, and he goes from one side to the other, and he even started doing it when he was only 3 years old. He thinks it's so much fun. All right, when you leave the front porch of the house, there's like a path that leads you down to a dock, okay? And on the dock, under the dock, here's the water down here. This is where the boats live. There used to be a bunch of boats down there, but there's just one right now. So there's the boat, and there's the motor. And when you're little, when you're about your age, and if you're in my family, you have to do something really kind of brave. You learn how to jump off the dock. It's really high. It's like as high as the ceiling. And you jump off the dock and into the water. And if y'all know my little girl, Belle, she did that last summer. And see, I could write a story about that, couldn't I? Yeah, I could write a story about her jumping off. I could write about a story about grabbing my little boy in the zip line. And then I've got one more thing I'm going to show you about my special place. Down here, and I can tell you're getting some ideas. Down here there's a beach. And one time when I was a teenager, I learned how to ski on one ski, and you will never believe what was in this river. And it was so scary. So I could write a story about that, couldn't I? Look how many story ideas we got just from this one picture. All right. Raise your hand if you have a special place that you love and you know a lot about. Okay, do me a favor. Close your eyes and think for a minute. And when you have that special place in your mind, I want you to show me a thumbs up. Ooh, Kamari has his special place. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of special places. All right, awesome. Okay, now do something for me. Turn your knees and noses to your partners. All right, we're going to let the short-haired partners go first this time. Okay? If you have short hair, you are going to start, and you get to tell about your special place first. Are you ready? Begin. Go. What's your favorite? Tell us about your special place.
With the house.
Your house. And tell her some details about the house. What do you like to do there? Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, switch. And now long hair partners get to tell about their special place. Okay, go. Awesome. I remember some people remembered when you heard that signal. Jameson, remember, turn your knees and nose to me. Thank you. Awesome. All right. At your desk, you have a folder. And in your folder, you have some paper. This paper is where you are going to write and draw a picture of your special place. Okay? All right. Now, one thing that good writers do is they write for a long period of time, okay? And that helps them to get better and better and better at writing. That's called stamina. When you do something for a long period of time, that's called stamina. We're going to see how long we can write today, and I'm going to chart it, how many minutes on this, and at the end, we'll write it here, and then tomorrow you can try to write for an even longer period of time, okay? Okay? All right, so when you go to your seat, you're going to go ahead and get to work. Get out your paper. Get out a pencil, crayons, whatever you have that you use to write with at your desk. And you are going to draw a picture and write about your special place. All right? Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you sit at Liliana's table, you may tiptoe back. Oh, I love how quietly they're walking back. When we write, it's important